Shit.
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
wow. Hi.
Oh my goodness. That was okay, y'all. We having some
That was fun.
issues over here.
Evening, everyone.
Good
Yeah.
evening. Big ass, go ahead. You take over. Take
All right, let's do this. Hey, welcome to the Alluring Hour podcast with your girl, Allure Dannon. As of right now, she's MIA, but I'm here, your saving grace, Vivaz, aka Brandon, coming from Philly, PA. And with me is always the lovely and talented Jazz. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my lady.
Hello, Jazz, aka Miss Tolbert, aka J Trinae, aka whatever you want to tell or whatever you want to call me. Jaslyn Trinae Tolbert on Facebook. Sophista Ratchet underscore Jazz on what is that on? That is on TikTok and underscore Ivy's mommy underscore on Instagram. Okay, that's all I got.
All right. Well, when Laura gets back on, she will be covering the main topics because she has the banner control and all that. But out of roll, after all the chaos that we've had, today was a pretty eventful day for me. I had a thunderstorm to have to go through, finishing up my classes. Got it done early. Went to see a play, Lion King Jr. It was a really nice little one.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was Vanessa's kid, so
Well, on
he
an
was an
exciting note,
actor.
Ivy is balancing by herself. Hopefully, she gonna start taking some steps
Some
soon.
steps, awesome. All right,
I'm not
Laura, go
excited.
ahead. We did the intro.
Yeah, we
We
did.
just need you to introduce yourself, and we move on.
Thank you guys, because I'm over here having some real life problems. Let me tell you, my computer shut down. My show didn't went live with no one. It is all of a hot mess. But anyways, yo, it's your girl Laura Dana. Welcome to the Lauren Hour. We are about to get into it. We're about to get in the thick of it. You already know how we do it over here. So yeah, we had a few little glitches, but hey, it's nothing but a G thing. But anyway, so today's show, we're going to talk about career paths and college, because now college is really kind of a thing of a past.
Mhm.
Many people are starting to learn and realize that they do not have to venture off and go to a 4-year college, and they don't even have to go to a community college. Trade school is where it's at, and IT certifications. So I really, really wanted to get into this, and I really thought the IT certification thing was a really good thing to talk about, because we have a professional in the midst of us.
No.
Be vast. Tell them the certifications that you hold, my friend.
Oh, why? Thank you. Yes. So I have 7 certs in IT. Started off with a CompTIA A plus certification. CompTIA is an organization that handles all information technology, as far as it goes to teach and also learn. So they have different programs available. Very, very affordable too. So you can start there. You can work all the way up to master class type of certification. Even become an instructor yourself. They have project management. They got server technologies where you can learn that. You can learn
Mhm.
Linux. You can learn security. You can learn information security. So they have all different kinds of certs available through the CompTIA.org website. That's CompTIA.org. And you can go to their website and check them out. The other certs I own are Microsoft. So I'm a Microsoft certified IT professional for 2008. That's been discontinued. But they have now Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate for Server 2008 and Server 2012. So I have 4 certifications for one cert, which is the Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate. So I had to take 3 tests. I took a 4th test to get the Server 2012, which is like an upgrading your skills kind of thing. And I did all that from just taking the practice tests, and then you pay for the certification. So the school I went to that taught me that was a trade school, and initially the price was 18,000, and that gives you the entire 10 months. It's a crash course. You learn IT in 10 months. And I was a professional by the time I finished.
You said 18,000 though?
Yeah, about 18,000.
I mean, well, I guess when you think about it, 18,000 is not that bad compared to what a lot of people are paying for college. Average price for college is usually somewhere about $50,000. And most people don't even get those certifications. So the one thing I thought was so important for us to highlight is that when our children go to college, they're not taught that don't just seek after the degree. Once you get that degree, there's certain certifications that you need to hold while you have those degrees. And so when you're signing up for programs, ask your admissions counselors, what certifications do you need to get along with these degrees? So Brandon, you said that you had some jobs that we didn't need degrees for.
Yeah.
Those?
I do
So
too.
that's from the IT jobs. You don't really need to go to a school to get these certifications. You can actually go and learn them. You buy the books. You could purchase. You could spend probably less than $2,000 and become an IT professional. All you gotta do is just buy the books, take the tests, and get yourself applied knowledge that way. And what those you don't do traditional schools for. There's so much online availability for it. There's a lot of self-help books. You got YouTube. They could teach you IT, and you can take all that knowledge as long as you provide a certification level certificate. Like, hey, I have certification level training. This certification proves that I know my craft. And those jobs are working as a desktop help desk. There's technician. There's repair technician. You don't really need a degree to go work as a Geek Squad member. You get an A+ certification, and you can work for Geek Squad. So, like, you can get these jobs as an IT tech. You know, you're learning technical skills. As long as you can apply the knowledge, show them that you know what you're talking about and know what you're doing.
So
I know a job.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and.
I was going to say I know a job for a fact that doesn't require a degree, which is well, it's my job. For example, I work in banking. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to tell everybody where I work at. So, I mean, if they really want to know, just reach out to your girl. But I work in banking, and banking obviously does not require any type of college degree. I mean, like I said, a lot of people that I work with don't even have a high school diploma, but they're still able to get in that field. And I mean, I make decent money. I mean, just on average, I probably make close to $40,000 a year. So, and without a degree, that's not bad. So
that is not bad.
Right.
Especially for me to sit on my ass and do nothing all day, then
and you get to be home with your little one. That's a bonus.
True.
And I think it is very important for not just mothers, but fathers to be able to find jobs that they don't have to go to a 4-year college for. And some jobs, like in IT, you can now work from home with. And that is a bonus factor. So now you can actually watch your son from across the room while you're doing your work at your office in your house.
I can't do that with Ivy, but it sounds good.
Well, one day she'll reach that age where you could be like, from right now, she'll be like, I don't care about your job, woman. I'm gonna come in here and hit you in the head with a toy and everything.
She don't. I just got off not too long ago, and I had 3 calls that I was holding her, trying to put her to sleep, and she cried through every single one of them calls. So I'm like, if they listen to them, you're gonna hear me talking, but you're gonna hear me talking over a loud ass baby. So
right. So Jazz, can you please give us some of those jobs that you have found that don't require? No.
I quit.
I'm like this. I'm like, no.
Okay, but no, seriously. So, the ones that I just did like an easy Google search, for jobs that don't require a degree, and the number one that they pulled up was truck drivers, because they don't require a degree, just like Brandon was saying, just at CDL, and on average, from what it shows here, is that they average about $47,000 a year, probably more depending on how long they're on the road. And I know that like the more you're on the road, the more you'll make, And then let me see, next is a retail supervisor. That doesn't require a college degree. A lot of them don't require a high school diploma. That's roughly around 39,000 a year.
Mhm.
Construction is up there as well with that 39,000 a year. Let me see. We have customer service rep, just a basic customer service rep. Those average about 34,000 a year. What is this? Transit bus drivers.
Mm.
You don't need. I think you only need just the CDL for
Yes.
that.
Class
B.
B.
Yeah, there we go.
You need a
Mhm.
class B license, which is not really much. Again, it's like a $500 class. People need to understand what we're talking about is traditional college versus these trades.
Right.
Like the money that you will save is substantial.
And
So
then I'm talking about jobs that don't even require you
right.
to
Have a
do
degree.
a community college,
Yeah.
university, or nothing. So another one that they did put up here, which I can agree with as well, is serving. So
Yeah. Oh, you mean like
like
hostess
a
and
Surveying?
all
waitress,
that?
yeah,
Hospitality?
like working as like a waitress. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I mean, depending on where you work at, I mean, I know when I worked at Waffle House, I mean, despite the fact, the minimum or the hourly was shit, like every night I came home with decent,
Guap.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but that averages like 19,000 a year, but I think that's more.
Hourly wage, not tips.
Yeah, I'll say more probably toward like because I know like Benihana's and stuff like that, like Red Lobster, they pay a little bit more for waitresses, even though I think Waffle House should too. I mean, despite the fact
They
you have
should.
to,
They technically should.
yeah, you got to call out the order, you got to write the order down, you got to calculate the order, you got to take it out, do drinks, clean
Work.
off their
That's a
table,
lot.
wash the dishes.
They should at least make 30,000 a year.
At
Because
least,
Right.
yeah,
that's a lot of
they
work.
should be making at least like, even if it's minimum wage on the hourly, they should at least be making that. So,
Mhm.
but I mean,
Right.
people don't understand that not
But
being
guys,
a server,
Yeah.
but guys,
like, huh?
I not to cut you off, just I got a secret
Sorry.
to tell you guys.
You pregnant?
Girl, what? No.
Whoa,
Oh,
we're
okay.
talking
I'm
about
sorry.
jobs here.
Oh, when we say secrets, that's normally a secret.
No,
okay.
I got a secret for everybody. Let me come closer. So what you guys might not know is, you know how people saying you gotta go and pay $500 to get your CDL? Well, there are other ways for you to go get your CDLs. So what people don't know, because I hear so many people who say their goal in life one day become a truck driver or to hold a CDL, no matter what the class is. So listen, if you are interested in holding your CDL, won't you become a bus driver, a school bus driver? If you guys will apply in the school system, guess what they will do? They will train you guys. So
And
the
pay
same
for everything.
training that you would get from a truck driving school that you're going to pay for, and eventually they're going to reimburse you, but sometimes it's tedious. They'll have people come from the DMV and they'll train you. So I was a school bus driver for like 5 or 6 years. And so let me tell you, I put in a job application. The job application was not hard at all. So all they wanted from you was 3 references from a past job. They'll email your old supervisors. Your supervisors email them back, and you do a little background check, and that is it. Once you did that, you're pretty much in the door. So then you have like a preliminary kind of like hearing, like kind of thing. You'll meet with the bus leads. So the bus leads will come out, right? And so they'll ask you, why are you interested in this job? Do you think you can handle children? Do you think that you can sit for long periods of time? Do you think you could stoop low and things like that? So what they'll teach you is how to do a bus inspection, pre-trip, post-trip. They'll teach you everything about air brakes. They'll teach you about all the laws that you need to obey, and they will teach you how to back up a bus. Let me tell you, I was so good. I backed up buses like this, one hand, like in some tight spaces. And so your endorsement, you get endorsements for over the road, because being that you're going to be a school bus driver, you'll have to drive an activity bus. So I know some people like, I don't want to be no school bus driver and deal with bad kids, but listen.
And that's what I was thinking, because I couldn't deal with nobody bad kids. I promise you, mama be ready to fight, because I mean, knock your kid the fuck out if they come at me crazy. So,
but listen though, let me tell you, when you become a bus driver, those children are essentially your children. You gain such a relationship with these kids, like they know your name. Hey, Miss Kane, how you doing? How you doing? You behaving? Yes, I'm behaving. Listen, when I came home, I had so many pictures from these kids that they drew me, and I would be like, "Hey guys, sit down, quiet down." It was just knowing how to handle them. Go ahead, Jazz.
So you said that the children are like your children. So I'm thinking way
You
out there.
like,
Because I mean, literally, it's like you say the kids are your kids. If you're gonna discipline your kid, don't listen to me.
no,
I'm sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
no,
No, Jazz,
no,
doesn't
no.
work
This
that
is why
way.
I'm not a
And
school
the
bus
thing
driver. This is why I don't do
No,
anything
no,
with kids.
that's
listen,
bad.
listen. Let me
That's
tell
very bad.
you, when I went to
This is
work
why I don't
every
do
day
anything
as a
with
school
kids.
bus driver, my main focus was always making sure the children were safe. I wanted to make sure I drove as safe as possible because I thought about how I would want my children transported. I thought about what parents may think about their children. And so I always made sure there was rules on the bus. Everyone knew the rules. If you did not follow the rules, which I didn't have many kids who didn't follow the rules, you were going to get written up. Okay, I'm cool, I'm sweet, I'm nice and all of that. But at the same time, these rules are for your safety. So the children essentially were great kids. I've had maybe 3 incidents. I said three incidents on the bus, and that was it. And let me tell you, I never had no more incidents with these kids. Their parents were awesome. Their parents, I had their phone numbers. They had my phone number, and it was a great thing. But most of all, I got my CDL. I was equipped to drive for cats. I can go and drive over the road. All I had to do was get a couple of other endorsements if I wanted to drive and have placards on the bus. I mean, not on a bus, but on like say if you want to deliver gas, you have to have certain placards that go on like gasoline trucks. So you have to have
Mhm.
certifications for that. You have to take additional classes to gain those
Oh, the
certifications.
IFTA. You talking
Yeah,
about the IFTA thing? Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean, you carrying all that gas, you gotta. Because
Yo,
I mean,
those
right.
IFTA
got-
fees though, they can bankrupt you. Owner operator, it sounds like a really good like gig where you get 100,000 a year, but you're literally paying like 60,000 into the damn truck.
But you have to realize the drivers don't have to pay that. So if you're thinking about getting you a CDL and you don't know the way to go, become a school bus driver because that
Right.
would be your best way in, or a city bus driver because the city will teach you also. Many people
Yes.
don't even understand. They will teach you and they pay very well. Most
Oh, they
bus
get
drivers down here make at least $50,000 a year.
yes.
And
That's in New York. They're about 80. So if you work for the MTA, the Metro Transit Authority,
mhm,
they start off at like 80,000. It's a really high number because New York City,
right.
and they're unionized.
but they
So
make hella money though. Because I
yeah,
know
they're
a friend of
unionized.
mine that passed away. Her brother, if I'm not mistaken, worked for them, and he made cake, like
Yep.
cake,
If
cake.
you get to where you're in the truck and you become the conductor, not truck, if you're in the train and you're the
Oh
conductor of the
yeah,
train,
they
they're
make the
easily
most.
getting over 100,000 a year. And it just goes up because they have to renegotiate the contract because they're unionized. And then if they don't, they do a strike. So it's like they're protected.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down a list real quick, guys, of jobs that you guys can take. My listeners, everyone out there in the world, if you hear my voice, I'm gonna give you guys some little droplets. So people are always pushing their children into college, and sometimes college is not for everyone. College
Right.
is really not for everyone. Some people can do college and they sleep. It is nothing to them. But some people it's just not, they ain't for it. So trade schools are great, but let me give you guys some more rundowns. So there are jobs out there for people to become a 911 dispatcher. Do you know how many people know that they can work for what's it called, the rescue center?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people know that. In Gwinnett County, Georgia, they're always hiring for dispatchers.
Mm-mm,
Also,
mm-mm, mm-mm.
in Raleigh, North Carolina, always hiring for dispatchers, EMS, dispatchers also.
So
So,
I sat with I did an application for that, and I'm like, oh, this sounds like an interesting job, but it's like a you got to have a good mindset for
mhm,
that type of job, and it's like how I'm too emotional, so
right,
it's
me
like when it
too.
comes to like certain stuff, like if you calling about a kid being shot or something like that, like
You
I'm
got
not
to
gonna
be
be
able
able
to
to talk
hold your
to you.
composure.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be
Hmm.
crying literally every call, so it's like they make like you said in Gwinnett County down here, they make good ass money, but it's just like
48,000.
Yeah,
That's
they make
for
good
5
money.
years of experience.
Right.
40,000 if you're just starting off. That is not
That's still
bad,
not bad.
and
But
that
their
is no
hours are
college.
horrible too. Like, it's 24/7. And it's just like if I didn't have Ivy, I think it would be easier for me to do that. But it's like my
Well, they
schedule
have
now.
they do have rotating shifts. So
Hmm.
I think for you being a mom is a little bit more complicated, but if you're fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, college too, fresh out of high school, these are careers that you might want to think about because right now with the student loans, I'm gonna get you 1 second. Right now with the student loan crisis, I do not think we should be getting ourselves in more student loan debt. Go ahead,
Hell
Jess.
no. No, I just wanted to address a comment.
Uh-huh.
Well, it said, do you see that in the chat?
Oh! Really, Brandon?
Personal growth. That's all I'm gonna
So
say.
let me
Personal
put this
growth.
out here. I'm
Personal.
emotional. I'm always, it's just in me. Like I cry at the
Well, I
smallest
mean, if
thing.
you really want to reference the previous podcast, I mean, go
I
right
mean, we
ahead.
can't. Oh, I was getting there, but no, seriously, I really cried everything. Me and Eric was watching Deadpool 2 when he
Oh,
died or
Vanessa.
whatever. Yes, and we're
Yeah.
sitting there, and I'm just like,
Wait, y'all cried?
I was in tears. I don't know about him, but I was bawling. I'm
I
like,
didn't
that is.
cry. Oh my god! And he
He's like, is
died.
that how you feel about me? Is that how you're gonna feel about me? And I'm just like, no, no. But
Oh, look
despite
at
the
her.
fact,
She has a
I don't even
heart.
like him.
Right?
Anyway, but despite the fact, let me address this to Mr. Bvaz. Despite the fact that I am emotional, it's always team fuck them kids. So
She said, "Always team fuck them kids."
And here
always,
I'm thinking
never
you
gonna
had some
change.
personal growth in. No.
Oh
She
yeah,
said
we
she
have
grew.
growth.
She grew a little bit. She grew a little bit,
No,
just
but
a little bit.
she's still the team.
Okay, so let's move on to the next career that you can get without having a college degree. So now, with the respiratory therapist, because right now they're saying
need a
that you
degree
don't
for
need a
that, though.
degree. You need a certification. You can
Yes,
get
sir.
it with a certification.
That so those would reference those jobs as jobs that require certifications only because
Mhm.
certifications just demonstrate your ability to perform the
Ability, yeah,
task.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
not a college. College, it's like fluff.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of BS with a little credential from a college, a reputable university college.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
it's I think
It's the
it's
name
Can I
attached
point
to
out
the degree.
one job I thought about that doesn't require a degree?
what?
Being a paralegal.
There you go.
Actually, you
Mhm.
kind of need an associate's degree. Yeah,
Yeah, I
associate.
know a girl that she ain't got no degree and she a paralegal.
Yeah,
Well,
probably went through
she
some
might have a
different
diploma. Now, see there.
Okay.
So let me explain. So some people might not know the levels. So in certain colleges, you have different levels. You have a diploma. That's like you took the basic requirements for the class, and then oh hey Shaka. So Shaka
that.
said 911 dispatchers in New York start at 35,000 a year. 35 year here isn't enough for a studio apartment in the project.
But that's for real
That's
because the
true.
cost of living in New York is fucking
Whoa,
ridiculous.
horrible.
It
Hey, Shaka.
skyrockets.
Miss you,
Shaka,
where you been?
But it's
we can send
like,
you a link, man. If you want to pop in, it's fine with us.
Yeah, where you been?
yeah. But it's like how Atlanta is too. Like the cost of living in Atlanta, like I said, there's no way. Like I live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, and it's
Uh-huh.
$1,500. So it's like there's no way, like with
Mhm.
especially what they're paying. So
It's
Right.
a lot.
Right.
it's too much. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's in a beautiful gated community and all that, but it's just expensive as hell.
Laura,
Yeah,
what were you saying? Sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. So in colleges, you have diploma,
Mhm.
certification. You can get that's basically kind of the
Yeah.
same thing. And then you have your associate's degree, then you have your bachelor's degree, and then you have your master's, and then I believe your PhD, and then your
The
doctorate.
doctorate, yeah.
So those are the different levels that you can, pursue in college. So diploma is basically the same thing as a certification, similar, but kind of different. So a diploma, so I have a diploma in medical billing and coding, right? So I went further and I went and got my associate's degree in RHIT, which is a registered health information technician. So that is a further in-depth class about the medical billing and coding. So now with that degree, I'm gonna learn the management aspect. I'm gonna learn more of the laws and more of handle like the office and you deal with a whole lot more BS. Okay, so if you want to deal with a lot of BS, then that's when you keep on furthering yourself.
Yep.
So, but if you say, I just want to get out of poverty, or I just want to at least make a decent wage, not $7 to $8 an hour, then a certification or a diploma might be the route for you. And they are traditionally cheaper than going and get the 4-year degree.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shop around for schools. You ask them, do you guys have grants? Do you guys have scholarships? How can I figure out what I qualify for? Do you guys have competitive prices against other schools? Do you guys do you guys engage in employer discounts and things of that nature? That way you can literally be kind of, shopping around for how much you want to pay for school. And I think some people don't do that.
I surely didn't.
I didn't either.
Like when I graduated from high school, it was just like, okay, straight to YSU, and that's exactly where I went. Like I didn't research or do none of that. I mean, I should have, because I mean, I could have ended up elsewhere, you know what I'm saying, like college wise, but it was like I didn't look. I'm just like, ooh, all right, it's right here, it's close. I mean, you got to think about it at the time too. In 2007, when I graduated from high school, going to YSU really wasn't that expensive. Like it was cheaper to go to YSU than it was to go to Mooney or Ursuline. So it's like,
yeah,
I went straight for it. But I think it's like if I would have researched more, I wouldn't have put myself into the student loan debt that I'm in now, because
and if we would have been educated in high school about
that
it
too, because they just basically took us like, okay, this is a college, blah blah blah, this is what you can get into, these are the kind of programs they got, now apply, basically. Yeah.
Well, I found out like through my time in Philadelphia that these community colleges were like booming, right? Yes. And I was like, 04, there was a lot of community colleges. They kept talking about those, and they were like colleges, traditional universities minus the price. So they offer the same services, just they didn't give you the break my wallet kind of features,
like how Strayer is, for example.
So they had the hello.
They had the Rush Network.
The opportunity when I got here, I was able to attend some classes for Cisco. So I was able to go and like take a Cisco class that was collegiate level. And then I went to a community college in New York. It was called Essex County College. And Essex County College was actually about a third of the price of going to like NJIT or going to Rutgers. So, and shout out to Rutgers, because that's where our dude Richard O'Kello graduated from. So
shout out to Richard and Rutgers. Yes,
O'Kello graduated from there. So he those universities, they tend to cost about $60,000 maybe a year. That's like a rough. That's a rough estimate.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. It's a great alternative, and you can actually go and get a really good program where you can actually just merge into another college without even having the pathways, right? So you can do that where you go straight into the next session, like into your third and fourth year, and you saved about a good $20,000.
Right.
Yeah. And you would pay probably even less, because those colleges have a lot of grants and scholarships that are offered only
to them. That's what they would use first. Yep.
And they will also help you. They actually help you better than what universities do for financial aid. They'll walk you through those steps. They'll tell you how to manage your monies. Don't use your refund checks as like a stimmy.
Right.
And like a tax refund and blow it, because
definitely what I did.
They'll say reinvest it into your college, so that way you don't pay less throughout the year. Because the way the loans work is they offset whatever your bills will be.
Yep.
It's like a what if state. Like they look at your what if report and they pay you what the maximum of that is. So instead of like going and blowing it, just put it away and use some of that extra cash to go towards it. And guess what? You don't pay a lot, because your college will cost a lot less because you're not borrowing so much.
Right.
With the grants, because Pell Grant allows you to borrow up to 800%. for your first bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
So until you get your first bachelor's degree, you could borrow up to 800% of it.
Yeah, before you.
That means you can do
max out.
certification level training inside a university. You can do trade schools. And as long as it doesn't equate to a first bachelor's degree, you can keep borrowing that money, keep borrowing it, and that's tax-free money that you can get. And it's almost like $8,000 each time, depending on your income level.
That's true.
Keep that in mind, guys.
Oh, I have another secret for you guys. You guys want to hear the secret?
I'm ready. Give me those secrets
Okay.
to life.
So a lot of people do not know this, but guess what? During the pandemic, most states launched this program called the Gears Scholarship. I am a recipient.
Recipient. No, Ian.
Recipient.
Oh, what?
I got it. You know, I like the taunt y'all.
You got signed it out. You
Yeah, right. I had to do this real quick.
Yeah.
Lord.
Because I swear to goodness, I have to do that. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, maybe I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Might be your auditory. Might be an auditory thing.
I know it's weird. Like, I have to turn my head and I see like the stuff spilling out. Like, I know that's weird.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's weird. Like, I know it's weird. That's how I
That's
operate.
not weird. That's just interesting. That's weird how you. It's not weird. It's interesting how your brain works. It's not a weird trait.
Oh, okay.
Means you have a oh my gosh, textile brain. It's like you have to see it. It's like a visual thing for you. You visualize
I
it.
literally have to see it to enunciate.
Three-dimensional,
My enunciation
visualization.
be garbage.
See, that's how I am with like with math problems. Like if you give me a math problem, it's like I have to I can kind of like stare off. I can see the numbers and then be able to,
Right.
calculate it.
My college professor could never understand how I got the answers I got because he was like, yo, you're not doing the steps that we taught, but yet you always come to the right answer. And my husband would be like, I don't know how you got this right. And I told him, like, the way I see things, like, it's kind of like backwards. Like, I guess I kind of see things backwards. And so I kind of break the problem down backwards and it gets me to the right answer.
Nice.
So my math is not traditional math.
And what's that recipient called? What's that thing?
Oh, I'm so sorry we got off track. So anyway, so my secret is, and a lot of people still don't know about it, and you guys have until September of 2022 to apply for it. The scholarship is called the Gears Scholarship. So what the Gears Scholarship does is it allows people who were affected by COVID, and it don't have to be like no major thing. If you want to switch careers, it gives you the option to go to a college, a local community college, and you pick from the continuing education programs that they have. And someone who says, okay, well, I might want to get into medical billing and coding. You have the option to go into medical billing and coding. You have the option to do the CDL class. You have the option to do forklifting. So they give you guys options for jobs that are in demand that people do not know that's out there. And that's why I thought this was so important to talk about.
Wow.
So that's why I really wanted to highlight that. So guys, check out your local community colleges. The scholarship is called Gears. It's Gears Scholarship, not regular Gears.
What I was thinking when you said Gears Scholarship, I was
not
the game
like
you
the
play?
Brandon, in my head, I was about to spell Gears Award. That's why I said shut
Yeah,
up.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a
It's not
second.
spelled
so
like that. I think it's
you
spelled,
played the game so much they made you a scholarship?
right. No,
So it's not
called Gears.
GEARS?
It's called- No, I'm about to spell it for you guys. It is called Gears, but it's not spelled like that.
Like GEER?
Gears, Gears Scholarship. I'm gonna say it's kind of Gears.
JEER?
No, G.
GEER.
Yes.
Interesting. Hang on.
Mhm.
let
Like
me look
Richard
it up.
Gere, like that.
Yeah,
No.
Gear.
Oh no, he's GEE. Okay.
What's that lady's name?
Yeah, GER.
Oh, it's GEERS.
The governor's education or
Yes.
governor's emergency education
Education
relief.
relief.
Yes,
And that's for Fayetteville.
that's from everywhere actually.
Really? Because it's only showing me Fayetteville.
Nope, Charlotte, North Carolina. There was
It
places.
shows
in Virginia,
us Georgia.
Yep, Georgia. There's a lot of people who are offering. A lot of states who are offering.
Oh
the
wait,
Gears
never mind.
Scholarship.
It went to FT. Never mind.
And guys, one of the major things that you guys can
Nice.
take advantage of with the Gears Scholarship is IT. How my co-host Brandon said he holds all of these certifications. You can take SQL, You could take Cisco classes, and most people don't understand these classes run about $4,000. Okay, they will pay for your books, they will pay for your classes, and they will also send you $1,000 grant. And if you complete your classes and you finish your class and you pass, they'll send you another grant. And that is for you to do what you want to do with that.
And wait,
Whether
that's with
it's
the gears thing?
uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Grants and scholarships, we got to clarify what they are.
Oh.
Scholarships go towards your tuition,
Mm-hmm.
and grants come right to you.
Right.
So you got to
That is-
remember that grants are federal money. It really doesn't matter what you do with it, but the
Mhm.
scholarships usually depend on going straight to the school, and how the school wants to
Oh,
use
really?
that money is afterwards. They could send it back to you as, like, if they want to send it to you, they can. They're not obligated to, but the grants are yours. Just
Mhm.
keep that in mind. There's a difference between those two.
Right. And so, like we were saying, college is a thing of the past. You do not have to go get your 4-year degree. Now, what this scholarship does, it enables you to possibly be able to get a job in computer security.
So let's go ahead and talk about that. So since you put certain things here that the governor's thing offers, this gear program.
Mhm.
So when you said SQL, I'm taking classes in SQL right now, which is called
Mhm.
SQL, right? We say
Yeah.
SQL for short. So these query classes that you take, these put you towards data science. They put you towards data analysts. They put you towards developer, like database developer. So you want to look up something that's interesting, guys, right now, Google SQL database developer. You're going to see $80,000 to about $140,000 right now. You guys can look right now. Those are jobs that are in demand right now, but
Amen.
highly competitive. I'm going to tell you right now, highly competitive. You better be super good at SQL if you're going to go for those jobs.
Yes.
There's
No.
a lot.
Yes.
They're high demand,
Yeah.
but they also are very competitive.
So to piggyback off of my co-host, I also want to let the women know the IT field are looking for you. The IT field wants to bridge the gap between men and women in the IT field because the IT field is mostly dominated by men. So, ladies, if IT has always been a thing that you was curious about, or you just never been curious about it, and you want to take a look-see, go ahead, take a look-see, see if you can, see if you're interested in it, and go dominate that field. Go show that man that we run the world. God, look, I'm telling y'all, my enunciation. You know what? My brother used to clown me because I had a speech impediment, and I used to couldn't say like speech. I used to say speech impediment. I used to be like, I got a speech impediment like all the time, and my brother used to laugh at me so much because it was so funny. I was just thinking about my enunciation. I thought I'd bring that up because that was funny. So I don't want to spend too much time on this though. Well, no, I do, but I do have one fan letter. I don't want to get through this, y'all. I'm sorry for eating. I need some sugar. But anyways, another career. So let me tell you guys another secret. Let me tell y'all. I got the tea for y'all. I got the tea. Oh my God. Shaka, you know what?
Sleep apnea.
You know what, Shaka? I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Wow.
It does. Like, I'm slipping today. I am so slipping today. But anyways, let me say this. I have another secret for you guys. So something that many people may not know is you can become a radiologist literally in a year and a half. And you can literally spend $6,000 out of pocket, or you can get a grant. So before you think about signing up at that 4-year college, look around at your community college, because nowadays most community colleges, they don't even take federal loans. They only do grants. They'll only take grants. And when you use grants, most grants you do not have to pay back. Matter of fact, I believe all grants you don't have to pay back. I don't think you have to pay grants back.
I don't think so.
But radiology is still booming. You can become a sonographer, and that means you're doing like ultrasounds, or you can become an X-ray technician, meaning you be dealing with the kids and the older folks who may fall, slip a hip, break an arm. And it's such a rewarding job because you guys are so essential. Like if you guys choose this path, you guys are essential personnel. So think about this. You guys are giving back essentially to our communities by taking up these careers and helping heal people. And the jobs are interesting. So do not get caught up in this wave of everyone needs to be a nurse, because everyone don't need to be a nurse. Because so many people kept pushing me to nursing school. And I said, nursing is not for me. And then recently I found radiography. And
Radiology.
so,
Radiology.
Thank you guys. Y'all been saving me all day. All day.
You good?
Y'all already know why I'm like this, right? Today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to push through, though.
It's because you need to smoke some weed.
I am okay. I was crying on one show, and I'm not about to come on my show and cry. But I'm
don't make you cry. My weed don't make you cry.
cry.
What you talking about, girl?
Yeah, weed makes me cry. I get high and start. When I said I
get high and ready to go to sleep.
I didn't really love you.
Knocked out.
But those are just to highlight some careers. Do you guys have any other careers you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I'll throw them out right now. I was just looking up salary.com. So database administrator, pretty much this is where SQL would come in, right? So you structured query language. And they start out 84,000 to 109,000. And you would pay that $4,000 that you was talking about, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Next one would be information system security analyst. So if you were to go into cybersecurity role, so the first one, the analyst one is about 62 to 66,000. If you were to go to level 2, you get 82,000. So it's like a 20,000 bump every time you rank up. So looking at that. Next one would be business analyst 1. So business data analyst is like an entry level position. So that's you analyzing data, big data. So it's like Google kind of thing, Facebook. They are big data companies, right? So they take data and they have analysts that analyze that big data. Other companies do the same thing. It would be like Macy's, JCPenney, their corporate offices, anybody that's taking information in and they're analyzing it for record keeping purposes or just to do statistical analysis. They need somebody to actually look at this data. So you would be an analyst. It's 62,000. Let's say you were to do those classes that cost you less than $4,000 to $5,000 and you get this certification. You can get these kinds of jobs because these really are not jobs that require a degree because they're entry level like this. Certifications are really are preferred because certifications demonstrate your ability to perform the task, which that's what's important. College degrees do not tell you what to do in your job, in your field. They just tell you, oh, you graduated from a reputable university.
Yep.
You have clout behind your name. Well, some people don't have the business knowledge to back up or hands-on training to back it up.
Right.
But those certifications are your hands-on
training.
So they're like, oh, you demonstrated your ability to perform these tasks. You are someone we need because we have this guy that graduated from Stanford, but he don't know what you know. We need you. So sometimes you'll get the job over someone who has a 4-year or 6-year program degree.
Right.
So I know another one that you can make good money. I actually seen this on Facebook and I didn't believe it until I had to do my research.
Okay.
But being a snitch, being a federal informant, a confidential informant, and I'm looking at it right now in Massachusetts, $85,000 a year to be a rat. And I'm kind of considering becoming a rat and moving to Massachusetts for $85,000 a year.
It's your life.
$85,000 a year. I'm telling on everybody. I'm telling on God, his cousins, everybody.
I know a guy who can give you a reference then.
Oh,
quit playing. Because I know.
You know what's so crazy?
Tekashi 69
out here revealing snitches today on Facebook. I'm like, oh, really?
I seen
documents. It's probably the same one.
I don't know.
the highlight, like the name was highlighted.
Okay, then yeah, it was. Yeah. And
Girl,
then
I
seen
was like,
another one.
ooh, sipping on my tea, like, ooh, you putting the snitch
I
out
seen
here.
one of my cousin's baby daddies as a informant. So
Oh, they out here
we have to
snitching.
talk about that after we go off because I gotta drop names.
Right,
And
we gotta get into that because
I gotta drop names
girl,
'cause I
ooh
can't do it here.
wee, ooh wee. So
But yes, but yeah, I mean, no, for real. Like I'm looking at these like costs, and it's like it's crazy. Like even for example, in Ohio, like an informant makes $78,000 a year, $37 an hour.
in Ohio,
In Ohio, I'm about to go be an informant there because I
that's
know
why
everybody.
all the real ones locked up.
I know everybody business just about, so I'm telling on everybody. You going to jail?
Careful.
You going to jail?
Careful.
Everybody going to jail? Huh?
Careful, can't Oprah that. It might come back at you. Can't you just put
Everybody
yourself
know
in the
Jazz
place.
ain't no snitch. Jazz playing. We
And
street
even
code.
if I was a snitch, nobody ain't gonna cross me. So
No, see, when it comes to snitching, no one's done worse than Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think that guy's definitely made himself.
he did it. Like, okay.
I love the memes afterwards. It was like you done rat out of this and this and this. You got anything else? Oh no,
I'll
but
be
did you
in
know
court.
about this though?
Oh, Shock is stupid.
I'm telling you,
I'd
man,
be in
Shaka,
court like
look,
DMX.
we can
It
go
was
ahead and move
Brenda,
to Massachusetts
Letitia,
tonight.
Linda,
Like,
Felicia,
Right.
Dawn,
Right, Brandon.
Deshaun, Inez, and Alicia.
me and Shaka can go
Shaka-
to Massachusetts tonight.
So Shaka said 85. He's referencing to 85,000. He says, I'll be in court like DMX. It was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and
No.
Alicia.
I just said it. Hold up. No, you gotta give it the dog.
Okay.
Earth.
All right. Put it back up. Let me try it. Okay, let me get my hood voice on. It was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Alicia.
I'm about to choke over here.
There you go. Rest in peace,
I'm telling you, I can go to Massachusetts because, like I said, my job is headquartered in Massachusetts. So while I'm waiting on this informant
That's
job
great.
to come up, I can just go straight to that call center and go to work. So
Girl, it's crazy.
I'm so
What you
serious.
doing, Kat?
Yo, listen, it's so crazy because I could never do the DMX voice ever. I've been trying to do that. Like, it's so
man.
rough. It's kind of like
you gotta have like a sore throat.
I
like
can
you
do
gotta
it.
be sick to do
Go ahead,
I
do
can
it,
do
Brandon. Go ahead, do it, B.
I used to order from the menu like that.
What?
I used to go to McDonald's and be like, "Yo, let me get a Big Mac.
And I promised I wouldn't. So
I want to get
shit.
some fries. Make sure they hot."
But see, Brandon, you got more bass in your voice.
Right, we
I
don't.
mean,
My voice is high pitched.
because we females, you know, like
Right.
No, you
But
got.
you
You
know,
guys
but
got.
you know what's so
decent
crazy is
I don't have a
can't
deep
even-
voice.
I
Yeah,
can't do your voice
not-
it's not deep. It's just it's down a level.
It's not
monotone.
It's
That's
not
what it
mousy.
is.
You don't have a mousy voice.
You don't sound like me.
You don't have a mousy voice. Y'all
My
both-
voice
No,
My
you
voice
know
is
who has a
annoying.
mousy
I hate my
voice?
voice. Oh wait,
You know-
hold on, because I've been practicing my black girl voice because my daughter, my daughter always clown me.
Go on.
She says I sound white. Hold on. I think I got it. You don't want no problems. Period.
You so
That's only
happy
me
for
when I
that?
get mad. But no, seriously, do you know who
wait,
has a
I
mousy
didn't do good.
voice?
Who's
Shut
got a
up,
mousy?
Brandon.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me try it again.
Oh, I
Let me
said
try it again.
you're so happy for that. It's just-
He sound like a hater.
I'm trying to pull the South Side of Youngstown out of me.
Don't do that. Just be a Laura, please.
No, what? Hold on, wait. No, what? You don't want no fucking problems with me. Period.
You know, you see how you struggle to say all that?
No, was that good? That was good. Oh
You
yeah.
struggled, man. That hurt you. It was like it wasn't you.
Dude, shut up.
No, I
It's
just
not.
I don't sound like people say I sound white, but I don't sound white.
You
like my
don't.
voice, my voice is just high pitched, and so it just sounds different. But like when I'm mellow, my voice. This is my voice when I'm mellow. Okay. Hey, you. What's up? What you doing?
Me.
You want to come over here and kick it? Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, that's good.
Ow.
That's nice.
Period. So
I mean,
that's
people
that's
tell me
when
that
I'm mellow.
Chill.
Like when I'm mellow. When I'm excited, you're gonna get the excited voice. Like
See, mine is just.
I
I guess mine
I'm
is
about
just
to-
monotone.
You ready?
but
You ready?
everyone says I
I'm
sound
about
like
to
a
do
white
this to you,
girl.
Yvette. I'm
Go
about to
ahead,
do this
Sud.
to you. Ready? Your
Mhm.
nerd burner is gonna come out. Now watch your reaction, Jazz. So April 27th. Oh, no, August 27th, right? There's gonna be a concert. It's gonna be Korn and Evanescence.
Ooh.
When?
And
Where?
August 27th.
August
I bought
27th.
tickets already.
You
How much
did?
are tickets?
Oh,
They
where's
were
that?
good, man. $51, 30,
That's not bad.
$31.
Evanescence is one of my favorite groups. That's why.
That's what I would really only
Both
care
of
about.
mine. Both of mine.
The corn back in the day, you know, they was.
Oh yeah, back
That's gonna be
then.
the
Yeah.
first time I've seen Amy
Yeah.
Lee. Amy Lee sings live as she does in the studio.
I love her.
There's
She is
Yeah.
like fucking
no
amazing.
her voice.
Yeah.
She is fucking
amazing.
amazing.
Man, listen, you know what, but you know what? Another group that I love, is like I've been something. Wait, Lady Antebellum. I
Oh,
think
Lady
Mhm.
Antebellum.
the lead singer, her voice, she does beautiful live too. Like her voice is so beautiful. Like I be sitting there, like I go to Twilight just to hear that song. I be like,
My Immortal. Oh, dude, you telling
Facts.
me they
That's
definitely gonna
agreed.
be singing that one
Agreed.
live, Shaka. Yeah, that song like goes hard.
Shaka, what?
Shaka rapping, and then he goes right into My Immortal right afterwards. Like he freestyling. It's like I need
I
to
mean,
calm
ain't nothing
down.
wrong with it.
I'm shocked.
Everybody
I
gotta
mean, that
take a
means you
touch of
got
their
an
white
open
side,
palate.
just a little bit.
Bro,
Just a little
Got to
bit.
get a
it is.
little bit of our Caucasian.
Love it. It's not even Caucasian. It's just he exposes himself to different music. It's great.
That's the
I love
Caucasian
it.
side.
I
Yeah,
love
well,
all
if
kinds of
not,
music except for
in
real
our
country.
community, it was like weird because like people be
Yeah.
like, "You like that?" Like hell yeah! Like
But see,
I
that's
love
what I did when I was growing up. You know.
McIntyre.
Yeah,
I
that's
used
how I
to love
was
Leanne
growing up.
Rhymes.
Hell, even now I'm still like that. Like people tell me, like, "Oh, you sound like a white girl," blah blah blah. You sound so proper, but then
Like,
it's like,
bitch, I guess I do.
no, I just tell people, like, people here, like, I'll tell them that they sound uneducated, and then you get mad, and it's like, well,
Like,
what do you mean?
Yeah, they all feel like Kevin Hart when you're in 40-year-old version.
I mean, have you
Yeah.
ever
You just
sat
said a lot of big
around?
words. I ain't understand.
But
You
like
just take that
seriously,
as
y'all, have y'all
disrespect.
ever sat around like even like y'all know Eric is originally born and raised from Atlanta. Me sitting around with his family, I
Mhm.
literally feel like I am sitting in a Spanish class. I don't know nothing because they're just talking, and I'm like, "What the
What the
fuck is y'all
hell?
talk about?"
Mhm.
And it's like certain stuff they say. Like I'm pretty sure Eric put a K in street, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah,
"What?"
Wait,
There's
a
Like
K and
street.
street. Oops, sorry.
And
he
we
said
eat
street.
scrimps. Yes,
Wait,
street,
Exactly.
and we eat scrimps, and you run
And like he said
scurry.
Christmas, he doesn't say
Shrimp?
Christmas, he says
Yeah, scrimp.
Christmas or some shit. I'm like,
Christmas.
"Oh,
Mhm.
what is that?"
Christmas.
Like
Christmas.
Christmas.
that, but it's Christmas.
Yeah,
The
Christmas.
That he
Christmas.
said that you supposed to leave letters out of it, but I'm like, well, I thought you were supposed to pronounce all the
Oh,
letters. So
Well,
it's
no,
they
like,
down
don't
in the
say
South, you
they
are
don't
supposed
say
to drop off some
children.
letters.
They say chillin'.
mm-hmm,
They say chillin', which is
mm-hmm,
children.
mm-hmm.
Chillin'.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
chillin'.
literally
They be like, "Come get your
chilling.
chillin'."
No, not
No,
chillin'. Chillin'.
chilling,
Go get your
chilling.
chillin'. It almost sounds like chillin'. Chillin', but it's chillin'.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Whoa.
chidlins.
But I'm telling you, like, if you
Come get your
hear
little
them,
chitlins.
like,
Hey, that
Chitlins.
sounds appropriate. Come get your little chitlins. Come get your
no,
little
for
shit.
real. But it's like
So, guys,
Yeah.
so we're gonna move on. Let me wrap that.
Ebonics
segment
101 is over. Let's move on to the next.
I'm over that.
Right.
I'm definitely over that.
Okay, so guys, originally this podcast was to highlight certain jobs that you can apply for, or you can just get certifications, and you don't necessarily need to go into student loan debt.
Traditional four-year
And
college. Yeah.
The government owns your soul. You know,
Right.
it's not going to be like, give me your soul.
I mean,
Ain't
you
gonna
can
be in
still
that.
borrow money, just you won't have to borrow as much. That's the part that people don't really understand.
Yeah, because these schools will not tell you that you should chill, because guess what? Most of these schools are for profit, and they make their money by getting paid by the government, essentially for you taking out loans.
Yep.
They're big business, so just remember that. Even though they act like they're out for you, honey, they're not. They're out to get their pockets lined while educating you at the same time. So always remember to look out for you first. Financially plan before you go put any college applications in. Compare prices, because it is so important.
Yep.
Yes, and make sure the college is accredited.
Yeah, ACE regional. You want regional accreditation or ACE?
People think what's accreditation? what's the other accreditation?
There's
People-
national and then regional.
national, but you want
National's not
regional.
as good as regional.
Yes, you want regional. And the reason why that is so important because you can go to school, spend your money, and hold a piece of paper that is worth crap.
Yeah, and that means that they
Like
have
how they did the
credits that
people that
can be
went to
applied.
Trump
what is it?
University.
ITT. Like how
Yeah,
they did those
ICT
people.
Tech, yeah.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
screwed everybody over, man. Not just you.
There was another school. My husband went to a school called Anthem College.
Oh,
Yep.
I've never
And
heard of
I guess it's a school. I think it's a school down here.
Yeah,
But
Anthem's
he
over here
went
too.
and
Yeah.
got it was supposed to be his medical billing and coding, and I think it was either a week before he was supposed to graduate or a week after he got something like that. The school just closed down, so it's like he basically has a degree, he can't use, and then their people are calling like, "Oh, you owe student loans," and it's like, I didn't. No.
Oh.
That's
So let
another
me-
thing.
So let me tell you right now, tell your husband
Mhm.
to go and apply for the Borrowers Defense application. So with the Borrowers, because I was going to bring that up. So right now we have schools like Corinthians, DeVry University, ITT Technical. There's
Lincoln Tech.
there's some other schools.
Mhm.
They violated FCT, I believe.
FTC?
Regulation FTC.
Yeah, Federal Trade Commission.
Thank you. They violated those rules, okay? And
Okay.
they were falsifying information to people, and the numbers that they gave people and some of the things they said this college can do
was all the way wrong.
Yes, very inaccurate. So DeVry is going to forgive their student loans. Well, I was part of the lawsuit for DeVry.
Mhm.
So those student loans can be forgiven. So he has to go and he has to apply for a borrower's defense application. So what the borrower's defense application is basically he's going to because you're gonna go, you need your FAFSA number. He's gonna go to the government website. I forget the name of it, but anyways, and he's gonna say basically this school shut down. They're no longer open. Whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And it takes a long time because I applied for borrower's defense 3 years ago. 3 years ago, and they still have not got back to me, but they did
Holy
tell me
shit.
because I was a part of the DeVry lawsuit that more than likely all my student loans were going to be discharged.
I think
So-
they had a lawsuit too for the school, but I'm not too sure. I didn't know nothing about that school until I came down here. I guess it's like a Georgia, Florida
Yeah,
type school
tell
anyway.
them to still do that because it's going to be records. It's going to be records. You're going to have a lot of people who filed that same application. So that is also very important. So guys, do not forget to look into, if you guys feel like you guys were defrauded by any schools, look into borrower's defense and try to get these student loans wrapped up, because to be honest, sometimes student loans prevents us from buying houses, purchasing cars. They will hinder you in the long run, because sometimes if you miss one payment, my credit score was 800. I missed one payment, and I was so mad because I wasn't. I was in what's it called? Forbearance, deferment,
or
yeah, deferment.
consolidation. Technically, is what it's called.
Yeah, deferment. Because once you do the borrower's defense, you have the option of putting all your loans into deferment.
Okay.
And I did that, and so Nelnet didn't get the memo. Missed one dang on thing. Credit score went to 600. Literally just from student loans. They don't play with your student loans. You can miss a car payment, your credit's not going to dip that much.
Yeah.
You can miss a mortgage payment, your payments is not going to dip that much. But let you miss those funky student loans.
That's how they did my best friend. Well, not through Nelnet. She did hers through somewhere else, and she missed one or two payments, and her credit score dropped so far, so quick. And then she was trying to buy a house, which she ended up buying the house, but she ended up having to pay the student
More
loan,
APR, all that too.
yeah. And it's like she ended up paying the student loans off, and she's thinking it's going to shoot her credit back up to what it was. And it's like,
it takes a year really for it to be coming off. And that's the one thing people don't talk about is credit management. So every 30 days, they report to the credit bureau, but every 90 days, your credit score is updated. So you got to keep that in mind. Like your credit score that goes through ups and downs depending on what you have in your credit score. Do a credit report. You can look it up, freecreditreport.com.
Yes.
It's your free.
It's your free annual
free annual credit report.
freecreditreport.com. Yes.
Free annual credit report.com. And you can do it also through Credit Karma. You could also do it through Experian, but always take an inventory yearly on your credit report and make sure that there's things in there that are not supposed to be there.
Right.
Because not all three talk to each other.
Yep,
There's
that's
three
correct.
of them.
Because I've noticed that even with mine, like my credit score TransUnion is one thing, but then my
Mhm.
credit score at Experian is something completely different. I compared the two and I can see where one thing's listed here but not listed there.
Yeah. Well, because certain companies report to certain ones. So like
Yeah.
I think banks are TransUnion or
TransUnion.
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 Yeah. And see, my
then-
job, or they report to Equifax too. So
Yep. So there's Equifax, there's Experian, and there's TransUnion.
Yeah.
And if you consolidate all three, you got to pay for a fee to find out all three. Your credit score from all three, that's the average.
Yep.
But you can figure out through looking at all each one individually, which you can do. You can look at them for free, and you can do the average yourself. It's really easy. You just take them all, add them together, divide by 3. Boom, done. So I mean, that's usually how that works. But
and these are going to be your FICO scores, because I think a lot of people mistaken the scores that you get from
the credit score and the FICO.
Credit Karma as your FICO. Those are not your FICO scores.
Yeah,
those are not. Those are
Can I mention one thing
snapshots
too?
of what they think.
Your Advantage scores.
Yeah, those are snapshots of what they think would help. But overall, what you want to do is just take an inventory, make sure the things that are there that shouldn't be there. If they're there, you can dispute it. Remember, you have the right to call and say, I dispute this, or you can actually select it in the website or app and I dispute this. And then it will go through a process of them actually taking an inventory through all 3 accounts, meaning through all 3 services.
You have to be when you're disputing, you have to let them know exactly what
it is. And you have to tell them if it's a fraudulent one, you have to let them know it's fraudulent. If it's something you paid off in the past and you show proof that you paid it off.
Yeah. I just had to do it with TransUnion for my car, because it said that the amount that was owed on the car wasn't the same on their website. So I had to dispute it, saying, hey, the balance was wrong. And then within 30 days, they updated it.
Yeah. So when it comes to things, when it comes to like big purchases, so your cars, your home loans, and credit cards, right? Best thing to do is you want to make sure that you keep copies of those at least for like 5 to 7 years. You want to keep those copies. So if you paid off something and you just throw away the receipt after that, that's one of the worst decisions you can make. So you want to make sure you keep it at least 5 to 7 years in case it comes up again through some type of like purchase you're trying to do. Let's say you're trying to buy a home and you bought a car outright, but then it shows up on another credit bureau that, hey, this credit report showing us that you haven't paid this off. You can go, yes, I did, and here's the
proof, right?
And you send it, and it makes the transaction removal faster than if you just reported it and then they do the investigation themselves.
Right. So, oh yeah. And while we on this real quick, guys, also, if you do find, like they said, if you find something that's on your credit, say you have creditors and you like, okay, this stuff is legitimate. Debts. What that is it? Collections. Sorry, the collections are going to harm you the most. Talk to the people that you know you can negotiate with, and see if you, because most creditors will negotiate 40% off of your debt. Most of them will. And make sure when you're ready to do this, you got a little bit of lump sum. If you don't have a little bit of lump sum, take a little bit that you have and tell them, listen, this is what I have today, and I want to put this towards this, but I definitely want to take care of this, and I want to see if you guys can slash this. You know, if you can't do it in half, at least 40%. Also, something that's so important, make sure you know all your options, because if you have a creditor that you know is not going to negotiate with you, you speak to them one time, do not call them or speak to them again, because every time you call them and you acknowledge them, see, there's a set time where something can remain in your credit, usually 7 years. If you take and you talk to one of those creditors, they're going to keep note of that. And when you thinking your 7 years is up and it doesn't drop off, you call, hey, it's been 7 years, but I haven't dropped off. Guess what? Because you had contact with them, it is extended. So if you know you can't pay them, do not contact them. If they call you, hang the hell up, let it drop off in 7 years. If you could take care of it, take care of it. taking care of debt is so important. But if it's something you can't do, then just let it, set to side. Now I'm gonna tell you down right now, don't be having no $12,000 credit card debt, because they're gonna take your ass to court.
Yeah.
$12,000, that ain't dropping off in 7 years. They are gonna take you to court.
Facts.
And remember your options. If you guys, because I know everyone has been through something since COVID, bankruptcy is always on the table. Our President Trump showed us how to do it best.
Mhm.
So if you guys find yourself in a situation where you cannot get from underneath a debt, go and talk to your bankruptcy lawyer. Usually is about $800 to $1,200. I'm not sure where y'all stay and the price is there. And that lawyer will go to court and he will tell your judge, listen, they po as hell. They just po. They just po. They
But-
po the roaches is homeless in their house. Okay.
Wow.
But also as well, I mean, bankruptcy is like the worst case scenario. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's your
do
last
have,
resort.
Last
they do
resort.
have a lot of different programs where you can bump your credit. Like, for example, with me, I found this app called Kickoff, where it's like you I guess you basically get like a certain like amount with them, and then you pay it off
Mm-hmm.
every month. It's like I've been doing it for almost a year, and my score done went up almost 140.
Isn't that the one where you basically lending yourself money?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So it's your money essentially. So and you're
Yeah.
paying yourself back.
Basically.
So yeah.
I only pay like it's like $250 a month or something like that.
Mhm.
So
Or get a secured credit card.
I have that too.
Mhm.
So yep.
Yes. So and remember, guys, I know this wasn't supposed to be a financial show, but hell, we're talking about college, and college and finances go together. So listen, credit cards. When you guys get these credit cards, make sure you do not just take it, go to the mall and go shopping. Credit cards should be used in emergency cases only. And that is to build your credit. You only really want it to build your credit and keep your credit going, to say, hey, I have established credit. Because if you're 19 now in college, you most likely don't have a lot of credit. Get your secure credit card, and I mean secure. And so what a secure credit card is, you go into the bank and most likely you're gonna pay a deposit. Deposit can range from anywhere from $200 to $500. And you make sure you keep that balance under 30%. I always tell everyone, fuck 30, keep it at 20. Pay for gas. Pay it off every time you get paid. Use it for gas, use it for diapers, use it for something that's so small. Because when you start using your credit card for big purchases, it gets hard to pay back, because you have to remember you got that extra line of credit because you really needed something in case of emergency. For some people, like myself, I got credit cards because I'm like, what if the worst of the worst happened? I ain't got no paycheck, and I can't go to a strip club and spend these ends, and no, but I'm being serious. But oh Lord, babe, this dude shocking.
For the hotel creep.
And he's serious too.
It is though.
Yeah.
But you know what, Shaka, thank you for bringing that up. So, because this brings me to the point of make sure your hotels, see, hotels on my mind. Make sure your credit card has perks. It is good to have perks on your credit card. So when you do spend money on gas, you get cash back rewards. And those cash back rewards add up. And at the end of your cycle, they will bill you that check. They will definitely bill you that check. Also, Discover card. I would tell people, go with Discover.
Discover really is not for everyone, though, Laura. You got to remember that's a certain credit score.
Oh yeah.
Well, you got to have over a 700 if you want to get them.
Discover card is
and
they're the best.
Yeah, they're great customer service, but again, American is also one of those ones. You want to start off, if you really want to start off something, start off with Capital One. Capital One may have high APR. Yeah. They have a ridiculously high APR, but they're more willing and ready to give it to you than other companies. And the next one's Credit One. I wouldn't really focus on.
Don't mess with Credit One. Stay away from Credit One and stay away from Premier.
Get denied. Credit One would be like, if Capital One says no, go with Credit One. That kind of thing.
Do not go with Credit One. Let me tell you something about Credit One.
I learned that the hard way.
Do not go with Credit One. Do not go with Premier. Those people have the worst scoring with the BBB. Do not go with them. You want to make sure that you don't get yourself in a position where you have a lot of credit card debt. So if you can't afford the payments, or you know that their interest rates are too high and their annual fees are too much, try to get you a card that does not have any annual fees. So what annual fees is you'll have to pay like maybe $100 to $50 yearly.
Yep.
A fee for the card. Discover card usually don't have any annual fees. They don't have, well, I don't have an annual fee with Discover. My Capital One doesn't have an annual fee either.
Certain cards.
But I had that mother freaking Premiere, and I got dang on, they can kiss all the grits. Hot grits. Hot steaming grits. Burn them in the face. Burn them in the face grits. Okay? Do not go with them. Those people are horrible. If you cannot get the credit card, wait. Just wait, get your secure credit card. You will be able to find one eventually.
You can do one through your bank too. If you bank with Bank of America, they're willing to give you one too if you have a good standing with them. Meaning good standing is you don't have any overdraft fees.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You need to have a positive, like at least 4 years straight, just like positives in your account. And then they're gonna look at that and go, okay, you can look like you pay your stuff on time and everything. They consider all that. Yeah, start off with your bank, and then if your bank denies you, then go to Capital One. Capital One denies you, you pretty much are in a really big pickle, because those usually are the ones that you want to do first.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can do in-store cards too. So like if you want to go to an in-store as well,
Kohl's is a great
they have these stepping stones, but remember the APR is something to look at, and if it's high, I think now they've raised the legal limit to 26%. 26.29 now.
No, thank you. So also I wanted to say, what was I about to say? I forgot. Oh, parents. What we can do for our children so they don't have to worry about having their credit ran, put them as an authorized user on your card. Now you might say, I don't trust my little regular bald-headed son to be on my card. He might go
Fortnite skins and shit.
Right.
Is that something I can do now?
Yes, you can. You sure enough can.
Let me go ahead and
take and chop up the card or put it in safekeeping. They don't need to have access to the card, but it will help build their credit. So that is something that we should think about too, because some people are like, well, how are you 18, 19, you got good credit? Because my mama was thinking. And we want to make sure we talk to our children about credit, because we do not want our children
fiscal responsibility.
Right. Getting excited and going to a car dealership to go get a car, and they up there charging them 20% on interest rate on a little hoopty, and they up there paying $800 a month, and they think they out here stunting, whatever. Number one stunner.
What?
I was trying to figure out if I was gonna say it like that. But anyways, let's teach our children financial health. That's so important. And we're over the hour. We're supposed to do fan mail, but we're not going to do fan mail. We'll do fan mail for a different day. But you know what? Let me tell you, you three, I appreciate y'all. Tonight, it still went smooth, and I'm appreciative of you guys. I really am.
And I'm sleepy as hell, but look at me.
Yeah,
you gotta go work. We went too long because we did start late.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm down. We'll just take this time to give us our thanks to everyone. Shaka, good looking outs. And I believe the evening came around too. Dawn.
Rush, yes. Let's shout out
the evening came through. Thank you very much for that. Mm-hmm. And thanks Shane that Shaka didn't want to join us, but it's all good. You support us from afar, sir, and I appreciate all that.
Yeah, and all the other viewers, we support you. Oh,
everybody else who didn't comment, but you're watching. Thank you.
We got off to a rough start, but
yes,
thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. So, guys, this has been your hour with the Lauren Hour podcast, and your girl Lauren Denton and your co-host B Vaz and my homegirl Jazz. Really, really want to thank everyone for tuning in. And I'm gonna say tonight, be a go-getter. And I have to say this, be a go-getter. Go get what you want, go after what you want, and whoever's trying to hold you back and they're trying to pull you back by that coattail, F them.
Unless it's a restraining order. If it's a restraining order,
then you definitely keep your place.
Don't do it. Stay away.
Stay as far away as they recommend.
Okay. Yes, definitely. But what I wanted to say, our homeboy Will did a movie called In the Pursuit of Happiness. Everyone should be able to pursue that. Pursue your happiness. Be a go-getter. Go after your dreams, but don't be going and pursuing the slap.
And slap them. Go pursue that slap, guys.
No, seriously. If you dreamed it, you can make it happen. The universe is your canvas. Remember that. You are the creator of your own destiny. I think I say this all the time. This world is literally your canvas. Go out into the world and create the image that you want for yourself and for your family. The stars are within reach, but you'll never know if you don't reach for them. And that is all that I have for you guys today. I love all my fans. We appreciate you guys, and we out.